Then we will call the meeting to order at 7:01. Record the members present.
Wilson.
Here.
Simmons.
Here.
Babcock.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Morris.
Here. Item number 2 is swearing in of board members Don Simmons, seat number 2, and Robert Babcock, seat number 4.
Don, will you please read this? Yep. Read this one. Give the other one to Robert, please.
They both say Donald Simmons.
There's a copy for them and a copy for us.
Now, are we gonna make a copy of this so make sure that we don't have a snafu like the last time? Where we had to do, I had to sign another one? Okay.
Robert, the same paper.
I was just checking up on you.
You want me to read it or? Board of Education oaths of office. Each member of the Board of Education and treasurer, assistant treasurer shall take and subscribe to the following oath. I, Donald Simmons, hereby declare under oath that I will faithfully perform the duties of the Board of Education member of the Freedom Public Schools to the best of my ability, and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties pertaining to said office and obey the Constitution and the laws of the United States and Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Your turn.
I do hereby give this following oath. I, Robert Babcock, hereby declare under oath that I will faithfully perform the duties of Board of Education member of the Freedom Public Schools to the best of my ability, and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties pertaining to said office and obey the Constitution and the laws of the United States and Oklahoma.
Item number 3 is board to discuss with possible vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on the realignment of the Board of Education. We can leave it the same.
I make a motion that we leave it the same.
Second.
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Here.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 4 is a consent agenda. The following items of the routine nature normally approved at board meetings will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items. A, minutes of the January 16th, 2017 special meeting. B, minutes of the January 16th, 2017 special meeting, or regular meeting, excuse me. Item C, minutes of the January 20th, 2017 special meeting. D, activity fund expenditures. E, approve encumbrance for and signing warrants for A, general fund, B, building fund, and C, child nutrition fund.
I move we accept the matter.
Second.
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 5 is superintendent's and principal's report.
Okay, I would bring you back to a little bit of finances. Last month, we did collect $169,000 in ad valorem money. We also did collect $14,717 in gross production, which is actually 85% of what our estimate of needs is. So we may actually over-collect a little bit on our gross production. And a total of $44,256.20 from the state. That includes our motor vehicle, our school land earnings, vehicle tax, and et cetera. We did get some federal money in. And I'm sorry, we did not get any federal money in. Also, we are getting ready for testing. That's going to be within us here pretty quickly. We're also looking at the time of year that we start looking at track. Mr. Wolford has started track. We're finished with basketball. I've asked Mr. Wolford to come and visit with us a little bit so we can start thinking about football next year. There's nothing to vote on tonight, just some options that we may have, and then we'll have to vote on it at another meeting. So, Mr. Wolford, I'll give you the floor.
First off, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for being so underdressed. I didn't realize this was going to be on camera. Really, all we have to bring to you at this point is football co-op. We've got one of two options at this point. We have more than we co-opted with last year. We had a meeting with their football coach and a member of their administration. It's been about a month ago. We discussed they wanted some better communication if they were going to co-op in the future. I assured them that would occur, and they discussed how many athletes we would have, and at the time, it really is one high school athlete and one junior high athlete. Buffalo, again, I talked with their athletic director and a member of their administration about co-op options. What they feel is that if it's just one high school athlete, that we should take on a case-by-case waiver basis. I spoke with the OSSAA through Mike Whaley and one of his representatives about how the waiver system works. They said it is on a case-by-case basis, but if one athlete wanted to play a sport at another school, we did not offer that sport, that it's a matter of getting the paperwork filled out correctly and getting it to them. So again, if we go on a case-by-case waiver basis, it takes away our obligations as a co-op with the school, which means transportation to and from will be the responsibility of the parent and not of the school. Some things that we need to consider when it comes to co-op is financial feasibility, manpower, time, transportation to and from. All needs to be taken into consideration, especially if it's just for one athlete. If it's just one athlete, maybe a waiver case-by-case option is the way to go. And I do not mind at all as athletic director taking care of filling out paperwork, getting in order form. There is, we also still looking at potentially fielding a team for next year at the junior high level at this point. A lot of those elementary kids that Mr. Morris had coached are starting to get old enough to come in as a junior high football team. That is on the table. But again, we will decide that when we get numbers here in August. Right now, it's just our co-op options. We want to take care of those well in advance if we can. That we don't have the issues that we had last year trying to hustle things along there last month. That's about it for me. Any questions?
You might tell them that we had talked about working on the field this summer and getting.
Yes, absolutely. I actually put that at the bottom there. Trying to get our field in order, even if it is just for off-season and use for the kids and through the summer. Spoke with Brian Davey. Of course, I'd been asking around, and I heard, hey, the only way to get rid of those stickers is burn it off. Mr. Davey explained to me why that's not real feasible on a football field. Grass isn't high enough. And so he has another plan. At this point, I'm pretty okay with his plan. Now, he wants to, he's got the co-op to donate some seed and some fertilizer to the school that he'd like to get put down immediately, and now is the time as far as grass. I've had baseball and football fields, and February and March is the time to get that stuff taken care of. All we got to do is give him the okay, and he's ready to go. Now, I guess there's some specific sprays that he can put down that should, the minute the grass gets thick enough, it should take care of the sticker situation out here on the football field. So as far as it goes, he's a good man, he's a good hand, he knows what he's doing. I think, if we put the stamp on him and let him take care of the football field, that's probably our best option there.
And I think we do that. I think we go ahead and tell him to.
Yes, ma'am. I will get with him tomorrow and we'll move forward with that. Okay.
Well, I've got a question. Has anybody ever thought about going back to six-man football? Back in the 60s, we played six-man football. Or not 50s, 60s, early 60s?
Yes, and the difficulty would be through the state of Oklahoma and the OSSAA. They play 8-man. That's as small as they go. There is no 6-man option. Now, could we play some of these Texas schools that play 6-man still?
There were some in Kansas, too.
I was speaking with Follett about potentially coming down and getting a girls' basketball scrimmage, and they still play 6-man football, which I was like, wow, I did not realize that. And it's pretty close, and it's an option, and especially with filling the junior high team, it's one of those where I'll give them a call. I wouldn't mind I mean, we'll play any game that we can play at this point. If we do field a junior high team, I'd like to have the field up at par. I'd like to get those bleachers redone, where at least we could have a home game instead of having to travel every single time. I think we've got facilities to do that at a junior high level. But as far as 6-man, it comes back to our state. They do 8-man, and they're pretty staunch with it. Again, that's why it's pretty tough. Fielding a 6-man team, we'd have to go Kansas way or Texas way with every one of our games, which would be a difficult option.
Okay, state's getting away.
Yes, it is. It really is. It is. It's the state and the fact that 8-man's about as small as they go. I'll be honest, I looked at it from a high school. I have 10 basketball boys, and I've been counting. Now there's 2 that, due to medical reasons, couldn't play football, so that puts me at 8. But I still hold out hope. It's something we can revisit come July. If we do get a move in or 2, we can revisit that. Now, again, it takes a lot of improvements to our own field. I think some of those can be made through the summer. We talked to Electric Co-op about redoing the lights out there, and they're on board to potentially do that. But that's something that we'll have to revisit another time when we have the numbers as far as high school. Sure would be nice to have a junior high home game. There's a lot of coaches out there that don't mind me playing a couple kids are a little bit older down, a couple kids are a little bit younger up to fill the team. That's what Mr. Moore's had it set up, and there's a lot of guys out there that don't mind playing under their circumstances at a junior high level. There's not a lot of rules against it at the junior high level. High school, it's a little more difficult. You gotta have a certain number of kids, 9th grade and up, in order to fill the high school team. But maybe by fielding a junior high team, maybe we'll be able to do that down the road. So, anything else? 8-man, no? No?
We'd like to see a junior high team out here.
I would too, and I've got the numbers down, and really it's the 4th to 5th grade boys that would make a big difference. There are 3 of them. All 3 of them have considered playing football, and that puts me over the top number-wise. Asking 5th grade boys to play junior high football, yeah, they're going to be a little overmatched physically at times, but there are schools out here that are deeper, that can play second, that can go deeper into their bench and allow us to compete. And I think there's a few teams out there we can compete with. We've got a couple of pretty decent kids at the junior high level. I think we can compete. But again, it would be those 4th to 5th kids and getting everybody on board. Every single kid would have to play. With an 8-man football team, I need at least 11. I've coached some 8-man teams, and get me lower than that, 1 or 2 injuries, a cramp, and you're down to playing with 7, and that's no fun. So, but if we can get the number, if I can get to 11, which right now I'm sitting at 11 junior high, so it's something we will absolutely revisit come sign up time. So they'll need to make a commitment to the team, but I think it is an option still. Anything else?
Sounds good.
Thank you for your time.
The only other thing I have is our money is in Cherokee for the lease purchase. We've been approved for our lease purchase there, and so I'll contact Alfalfa Electric. We'll get started on our heating and air. I've talked to German Roofing today, and they'll be moving in roofing material here in the next little bit. So we should get that started here next couple of weeks anyway, and right around spring break, we should be seeing the roofers up there. That's all I have.
Where are they gonna start at?
We're going to start on the gym, go to the ag building, and hopefully by then we'll have Alfalfa Electric where they can get started. And as you remember, Alfalfa Electric didn't want to start until they could turn the water off. That's all I have, Mr.
Only thing I have is we're having good accomplishments. We've got 3 new students again today. And I'd like to see more and more students coming in. But 3 is good start for 1 week. Yeah. We've had 13 kids in the last month.
Are they transfers or what?
They're coming from like Buffalo and around the area that they have jobs over in this area, so they're coming over here to work. The parents are.
They're going to live out there.
Well, good.
So what does that bring our enrollment up to?
I'd have to go double check it, but I think it's close to 80.
That's it? Okay. We're at 6, right? Item number 6 is board to discuss with possible vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on reimbursing Superintendent Burgess for her mileage to free and retroactively for the 2016-17 school year. And I make the motion that we do that.
I second it.
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 7, board to discuss with possible vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on the Municipal Accounting System Incorporated MAS contract for software services for appropriated funds, activity funds, personnel, student information, grade book, and lunchroom for the 2017-18 school year.
I recommend that we do so. It'll be a total of $3,300 for the 2017-18 school year, and I recommend approval of number 7.
I make a motion to approve item 7.
I approve it.
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 8, board to discuss with possible vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on the following board policies: A, GJ, and B, GJ-P.
You should have these in your packet. These are updates from OSSBA. These are considering our school visitors. This expands a little bit on exactly what it means if we have to suspend someone. This includes anything that our school might be participating in, whether it be on campus or off campus, as well as it gives the school visitors grievance appeal process. This is OSSBA's policies, so I would recommend approval of both of those policies.
So move.
Second.
I had a question, but
Yes, sir.
it said discuss, did it not?
Yes, sir.
Are these our policies that we already have in place, or
These are updates of
Updated,
policies that we
okay.
did have in
All right,
place.
that was my
Yes.
question,
Yes.
thank you.
I'm sorry, I missed the motion. Was that you?
I made the motion.
And Shannon, you seconded.
This guy, he seconded it.
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 9, board vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action to enter into executive session to discuss the following items: A, the resignation of Margaret Woodward Smith as the 2016-17 senior class sponsor. And I will make that motion to go into executive session at
Can I make a correction to that? It should be junior class sponsor.
junior class
And so I
sponsor.
believe that we can still do it by approving at this point to change that to junior class sponsor.
Okay. I'll make a motion to go into executive session then at 7:20.
I second it.
We need to vote on changing from senior to junior.
We will when we get back to it.
Okay.
So I think that will work, don't you, Bill?
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.
We're gonna take our picture down.
Oh, yeah, I'm photographer tonight.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Now?
for the
If not now,
yearbook.
when?
After Will, didn't you want that?
I'll be behind you.
What's that? Huh?
10.
Yeah.
Item number 10 is vote to acknowledge board's return to open session. I'll make that motion at 7:36.
Second.
Wilson.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 11 is executive session compliance announcements. No votes taken. Item number 12 is board to discuss with possible vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on the resignation of Margaret Woodward Smith as the 2016-17 junior class sponsor. We need to make a motion to change that to junior class.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
let's accept it with the noted change of junior class instead of senior class. I believe we could do that.
Okay.
So we'll make the recommendation.
Okay. And, I make the motion that we accept the resignation from Artie Woodard Smith with the change from or senior class to junior class sponsor.
A second.
Wilson,
Yes.
Simmons,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 13 is board to discuss with possible vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on declaring the 1999 Cherokee Gooseneck stock trailer as surplus equipment.
I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Weber.
Hello. On the 1909 30-foot, it's a 30-foot gooseneck Cherokee stock trailer. It's 8 foot wide. It's 24 foot with a 6-foot neck. We have been hit up by a couple of schools since we bought 2 new trailers last year if we might be possibly interested in selling it. I mean, I haven't put any thought into it until I discussed it with Ms. Burgess a couple weeks ago whenever we got hit up about it. We've been hit by a couple of schools. Considering that trailer's still in pretty good condition. We haven't really used it much since OYE. We have used the pig trailer, but the gooseneck hasn't been used much. And we still have the capability of hauling all of our species with the 3 that if we kept. I mean, it has minor dents damage. Last time it was technically really used was last year at OYE for the cattle show. It's been used one time around town to haul stuff, but I mean, it really hasn't been used since we got the other 2 trailers. I mean, the bumper pull, like I said, we still use that gooseneck. We don't really use, so. After discussing it with Ms. Burgess, I mean, I see no issues of maybe possibly looking at doing it as surplus. I don't feel we'll be losing anything if we get rid of the trailer, but at the same time, I don't want to give it away.
You did get some estimates.
Yes, ma'am, I did get an estimate. I talked to a trailer store, and they blue booked it around 11 to 12,000 on the high end. That's the highest end we got on it. There was a low end, but was the high end. That trailer, like he said, there's no damages really to it, so he would say it's worth, because everything's been fixed on it, everything's been upkept. Jack went out, we put a new one on it. Lights went out, we fixed them. Everything's been upkept on that trailer, so after Burgess and I discussed, I mean, we ought to maybe look into seeing about opening it up on bid, see if any school wants to pay the price of what it's worth. If they don't, then maybe we need to just keep it until we can get something more than it's worth.
What was the money used for?
I have no idea. I don't have control over what goes in the general
Back
fund.
to the school or
Yeah,
go
go
to
back to
the
the
ag
school,
department?
And that would be a decision that we would make when we got the money.
Okay. At the present, we're not using it. Well, what in the future? What have we got coming up?
If we have right now, we have
People-wise.
we have another 30-foot gooseneck that we can use to haul those species if we need to.
We've got 2 of them.
We have a brand new Cimarron 30-foot gooseneck, and then we have a 1999 30-foot gooseneck.
Okay.
Both of our new ones have pig divider panels in them. However, with the new Cimarron trailers, they pull out and they set off to the side real easy. Because I have pulled out one set of them, and that's where I hauled the calf for the county stock show. I put the calf in the front, and I put part of my pigs in the back, and we put part of the pigs in the old school pig trailer, and we used the other pig trailer. So, really
Okay.
we still have the capabilities that we need. Because if anything, instead of getting, we have a 30-foot gooseneck, it'd be handy to have a smaller bumper pull one for cattle but we don't need it right now. So, all the tire, everything on the trailer's in good shape. Tires are, I think, within 2 years old. Everything, so.
It's interesting of why you bought a new one.
Wasn't that some sort of a grant?
The new trailer we got last year, that gooseneck was bought on a grant.
Is it 100% grant?
Yes, sir, it was. Well, we paid, I think, $500 for it.
Hey, I'll make the motion that we declare surplus.
I'll second that motion.
Seems like that's a good idea.
Wilson,
Yes.
Simmons,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Excuse me. Item number 14 is new business,
I have none.
and item number 15 is adjourned. And I make a motion we adjourn at 7:44.
Second.